Hey guys, I'm Adrian. I'm the second fastest Lin solver in the world by average and first for single. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to solve the Square-1 using the Lin method. So there are 4 steps to solving with Lin. So you start with solving cube shape, and then you'd make a block, a 1x3 block using 2 corners and 1 edge in the bottom. Then you'd make another block that's the same, like 1x3, and then like a second block, and then you do the rest in one algorithm, or solve one edge and solve the rest with one algorithm. But the last step will be split into 2 for the beginner tutorial. I won't be teaching how to solve cube shape because it's complicated, and I'm gonna assume that you already know how to do that. So the first step of Lin is to do first block. So the color that I have on the bottom when the cube is solved is black. I'm going to be solving first block on black. So I'll look for pieces on the bottom that are black. So I can choose any of these really. I guess I'll choose this orange and blue piece, and I'm going to like build on it. So I've got it here in the back left on the bottom, which is where I want to set it up. If it was over here, I'd bring it to the bottom left, and then I guess I'd find the corner that goes with it when I slice down. So on the back is orange, so I'll find the orange edge, and then I can slice down by mislining the bottom so that the orange will connect to the back and do a slice. If this orange edge was like in the bottom somewhere, I could just bring it to the front like this or something, have the top misaligned to stay in cube shape, and I guess like bring it up to the top, and then you can restart the process. Bring this corner to the back, this orange on the back, orange corner to the front, misaligned bottom, slice, and that makes the orange pair. Next you want to find the other orange piece because we're solving on orange. For example, this one, I'd bring it to the front right on top, and then misalign the top and slice, and that makes first block. If this orange corner was like in the bottom somewhere, I would move it to the front here, like the front right, and then make sure I'm not breaking up this, and do a slice, and that brings it to the top. Just a quick reminder that you can make first block on any color, red, blue, green, doesn't matter, and it'll work just as much. It doesn't have to line up with this blue bar on the side, or green bar if you're facing from here. It doesn't matter, you can do it on any color. For second block, you're going to need to know your opposite colors. So you're going to be solving second block on the opposite color to the first block. So I guess if you didn't know, blue and green are opposite, and red and orange are opposite colors. So we have orange for first block, so we'll be solving on red for second block. The simplest way to do second block, I guess, is to first bring the opposite color edge, which is the red edge, bring it down to the front, this front spot here. So the edge is here, which is where we want to put it, in the top back position, and then we can misalign the top so that it like comes down to the front like this. If it was like in the bottom back here or something, you could just slice it up by misaligning the bottom and then slicing it up to here, and then you'd have the edge in the top layer, and then you can move it to the back and slice it back down to the bottom. Next you want to find one specific one of the second block corners. So we've got one here that has red and black, and the other one here that has red and black. We want the one that when you put it in the front top right, it has the second block color, which is red in this case, on the right. So this is not the right corner. The right corner must be this one. So we want to get it up to the top. So this one is stuck in the bottom, so you could do a slice by misaligning the bottom so that you don't slice up this edge as well. That gets it to the top, and then we can move on to the next step, which is to get this corner into the back right, like that, and then misalign the bottom, and then slice it down, and that joins up the edge and the corner for the second block. Next, you want to take the last corner of second block and just put it in the back left up here, and then misalign the top, slice, and that makes your whole second block in the top. And then just do just move it like along, so that like along the side here, and then you can do a slice, and that solves your second block. If your last corner was stuck in the bottom layer here whilst you have the pair here, you could just do a slice and then move this over to the back here, do a slice, and then move this pair back to the back right and with the top misaligned, and then slice, and that gets it to the top and keeps this in the same place. The next step is to solve one of the last remaining bottom color edges into like its position. For example, you want to get either this green and black edge into here, or get this blue and black edge into here where it fits in between the two blocks. So to do this, you're just gonna want to find one of the black edges, like this one right here, that's in the top. Well, if they're both in the bottom, then that's fine, but if you have one in the top, just look at what color it is, which is green, and then figure out if it needs to go to the back or to the front. So here it needs to go to the back because you have the two green corners here, and at the front is blue. So we want to put it in the back, which means we want to put the edge in the opposite side, which is the front. If green was at the front, like this for example, you'd want to put the edge at the back. Next, you're just going to do two slices, very simple. You misalign the top, and then do a slice, and then realign the top, misalign the bottom, and slice. So those two moves is just called an M2. So if you hear anybody say M2, then that's what it is. If both your edges are in the bottom layer and they need to be swapped, just do an M2 like that, and then you can do the same process again by bringing, say, this edge to the back, since it needs to go down here, and then doing another M2. So now you've got your first block, second block, and the back solved as well. So now you just have to learn a few algorithms that will first solve the corners plus this edge, like for example this, and then they'll leave you with an EPLL, which you'll also learn algorithms for. So this step is called CPDF. I'll quickly run through all the algorithms. Just remember, you want to have the back side solved, and so you have this open front slot, and you want to start with the black edge in the back on the top. This is the case for when all the corners are solved, so you just do this algorithm. When you have headlights, which is two corners matching, and they're on the same side as the last black edge, you can do this algorithm. When you have the headlights on the right compared to the black edge, you can do this algorithm. When the corners are in the front and you have the black edge in the back, then you can do this. When the headlights are on the left and the edges in the back, you can do this. If you have diagonal corners, you can do this algorithm. If you didn't get like a black edge in the top, then you'll either get like adjacent corners, and you'd have to do an adjacent swap, or opposite corners, or you'd have it solved. So you can use like the same algorithm for that, which is a J-perm. So if you have adjacent corners here like that, you put the headlights on the left, and then do this algorithm. If you have opposite corners, you can do that same algorithm and it'll set up to an adjacent swap case. And here we have adjacent corners. We can do it again. So there's 4 cases that you want to be getting for this last step. So it could either be a Z perm, it could be an H perm with another 2 opposite swaps, or it could be one of the 2 U perms, and this one. If you get another case, like for example this W, it means you have parity, which means you have to first do an algorithm before going anywhere. For example, another example, Adj swap, that's not a possible case, so you have parity, and the parity algorithm goes like this. Now for the last 4 cases, these can all be learned intuitively, so I'm going to be showing you the intuitive solutions. Here, for this U perm, where you have the opposite edge that needs to go over here, is on the left. You're going to keep everything aligned, and then you do a slice, and then -3, and then slice, and then kind of bring back that side that is -3, and start going on the bottom the same way. So that's 3, 3, and then slice, and then bring back the bottom, slice, and that gives you a J-perm, and you're going to do the exact same thing but starting with the top misaligned. So slice, start going that way on the top, slice, and then come back on the top and start going on the bottom, slice, and then -3 on the bottom, slice. If you get the other U perm with the opposite edge that needs to go over here on the right, you're going to do the same thing as before but in reverse order. So you start by doing the one that's misaligned, you do slice, -3, slice, 3, 3, slice, -3, slice, and then realign everything and then do the same thing. So yeah, same as the last algorithm but in reverse order. Slice, -3, slice, 3, 3, slice, -3 on the bottom, slice. If you have a Z perm where these 2 edges swap and these 2 edges have to swap, then you just start by doing an M2, like just how I showed you before, and then since this edge had to go over here, so these two had to swap, these 2 had to swap, so this one needs to go over here, so I'd start by doing an M2, and then move it over, do an M2 again, and then move back over, and then M2 again. If you have an H perm, opposite swap, then you'd start with everything aligned, and then slice, 3, -3, so both layers go the same way by 3, then slice, and then bring them both back, slice, and then same thing but misaligned with the top, and then yep, slice, 3, -3, both going the same way, slice, and then -3, 3, bring them back, slice. Now you might have a flipped equator, and this is really easy to solve. You just have to do misalign the top, and then slice, and then do a 6 on the top, slice, and then do another 6 on the top, slice, and then you're done. All the algs shown in this video will be in the description, and I also have a full list of pretty much all the algs that you could possibly use in Lin in the sheet that I'll have linked in the description as well.